Back in August of 2023, Elon Musk showed us a live stream of the future of full self-driving. That was version 12, the end-to-end neural net full self-driving software that was going to solve everything. Full self-driving was not going to be beta. It was finally going to be able to drive itself from point A to point B, be able to do complex maneuvers, and the team would not have to specifically teach the software how to do anything. They could just feed it a video, and the system would learn based off of the best human drivers, which were specifically selected to train the system. Well, fast forward 6+ months, and the rollout of full self-driving version 12 has been kind of weird. So for a tiny bit of context, back in the day, 3.5 years ago, Tesla selected seemingly random people, but of course also some people who seem to be selected to enroll in full self-driving beta and try out the software. Now, these early testers were actually called up, the first few of them, and Tesla said, hey, this software is kind of crazy. It can do the wrong thing at the worst time. So if you're willing to accept the risk, if you promise that you will pay full attention and you accept getting into the early access program for software, then you can have this software and you can try it out. Just please be super careful because it can do wrong things. And those people, I assume everybody accepted, but maybe some people didn't want to do that. And those people then got software updates all the time for this full self-driving software. Over time, Tesla then implemented a safety score. So if you had a good safety score, Tesla would enter you into getting the full self-driving beta. You could download it, and then eventually, after it was teased out, and from personal experience, the system did get much, much better, Tesla pretty much let anybody have FSD beta. Well, with version 12, everything changing. Tesla deleted 300,000 plus lines of code. It's now end-to-end neural net. So yeah, maybe the car drives really, really well, but Tesla doesn't always know exactly how or why it's making the decisions it's making. So we're kind of back to a stage where, yeah, the car is doing really well, but there's risks involved again, which, of course, any driving, even humans driving, there's risks involved. So Tesla decided to slowly roll this out. Now, initially, it was just employees, which makes total sense and is how Tesla has done things pretty much forever. But then we saw very few public rollouts. Omar from Homar's blog got his in California, and then soon after that, Tesla rolled out to more people, pretty much seemingly only in California. There are a few people here and there that are getting it in other spots in the country. But yes, even though California has way more Teslas than any other place, the amount of people getting version 12 in California, it's like 95% of people who have it are in California, or at least close to it. So it seems that Tesla is mostly rolling it out to that area with a few randomly selected people here and there. Now, who is getting the software update? There used to be that group of original testers who were pre-safety score. Then there were kind of these different tiers of safety score testers who got in early and got it in the middle. And it seemed like software updates rolled in that same pattern. Employees, original testers, and then safety score people, and then everybody, or sometimes updates would come to everybody. Well, V12 seems to have started something totally new, and that is that California testers get it. Not everyone in California, but some people in California, and it's seemingly random. It doesn't seem that there's any, exact pattern here. And so with that, the rest of us all over the world, in the US and in Europe and in Canada and in Australia and everybody I know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention your specific country, we're all waiting for version 12. We really want it. Well, some bad news. I don't want to make this version 12 video. I want to make videos with me driving in the car, but Tesla Scope, which for a little context, if you don't know, they know a lot of stuff. So if you're not familiar, you're like, oh, come on, they don't know anything. These guys know. I don't know how they know. Some people think they're an employee or something, but they have good information. Well, unfortunately, they have just posted on X that the rollout of version 12 has been delayed for the, I think they mean foreseeable future, due to a specific incident that happened. They'll be publishing more information later if the update hasn't gone out by then. Now, of course, there's no way to know the exact incident. Maybe in 3 years, NHTSA will release some kind of report and we'll have more information. But there is a specific post I immediately thought about on X by an account from Arthur, and he had posted something like FSD beta 12 accident, more information coming soon or something. And then he later posted a video of the incident where, he kind of stressed that it was a minor incident and there were no injuries. But this is something he said there was a collision on version 12. And so this is the first thing I thought of. So he posted FSD beta 12, the one with the minor parking lot collision. Another X user recently shared his experience with a minor mishap involving FSD technology in a parking lot. Despite having a flawless experience with version 12 up to that point, Joey and encountered an issue when his vehicle navigating a busy parking lot in search of a spot inadvertently collided with the left rear end of a parked car while executing a turn at low speed. The incident resulted in no injuries. He posts a video with this, which is Sentry footage, which a lot of people will immediately point out there's no proof that FSD beta was enabled here, and that is totally true. We can't be for certain that FSD beta was even involved in this incident because there isn't a recording from inside the interior of the cabin, which shows that FSD beta either is or is not enabled. But the post seems reasonable. All the replies seem to just kind of accept the fact that this was FSD beta. So thinking that this was FSD beta, you do have a minor collision here, and unfortunately the person did not intervene in time, which affects everybody. You know, when these things happen and you don't intervene in time, now a lot of people are going to be missing out on version 12. Tesla almost definitely will not be removing version 12 from any vehicles that already have it. But those of us waiting, either Tesla, saw this incident, and of course they have all the internal data because you agree to share that with them when you enter the program, and they're working to fix it, or they're just pausing the rollout while they kind of investigate here and try to figure out what to do. But I would guess they're probably already working on the fix for this and trying to figure out what they can do to make sure this doesn't happen again. Now, some more information that Tesla Scope did share is that the last update to FSD beta version 12 was paused. The rollout of the software update was paused due to issues that were reported with the auto speed modulation, and this just made uncomfortable maneuvers. There were no safety critical issues, but it was something that Tesla was tackling head on to try to fix right away. They add that unfortunately a specific incident, a crash that occurred a little under a week after the initial deployment of version, I think they mean 12.2.1, required a full internal investigation the following day. Tesla Scope was made aware of that the morning of this post, and that was the reason for the missed update deployment. So basically, Tesla attempted to have a software update at this point, and it looks like they're aiming to have an update about every 2 weeks to kind of keep up with the development of version 12. I'm sure Elon is in the background there pushing them to just update this thing and make it better and better. But because of this incident, it makes sense they have to do some extra investigation, fix what's going on before they can continue software updates. Now, the biggest bummer for all of this is that if NHTSA is involved, this could delay things for a really long time. And at this point, there's really no way to know exactly what's going on if that is happening. But what we do know is that version 12 rollout has been really weird and really slow. We're not getting many answers from Tesla or Elon. And even when we do get those answers, Elon sets these goals and says, oh, we want this rolled out, in 2 weeks or 1 month or whatever he says. And the goals just get missed and missed and missed. So even any communication we do end up getting from either Elon directly or from other Tesla channels is kind of it's like, oh, cool, that sounds great. But then it just never happens. So at this point, we basically are just waiting for our FSD updates. In the meantime, we have all the old version 11 bugs we're still dealing with. So interested to hear what you think about all of this and what may have caused the issues here down in the comments. I will talk to you down there, and you will see me in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along